going from the 25th of March to, well, for another couple of weeks at least. I'm going to take a break from doing these particular videos, only just for 2-3 weeks. And then I'll be back again. But it's Easter time, and amongst other things, Easter time is holiday time. But it did occur to me that looking at this week's devotionals, there are a number of things to pick up on, but one that really I think is worthwhile our contemplating are the words of Jim Elliot, the young American, who was martyred in Ecuador some years ago. It was back in 1956. And he said, "He is no fool who gives what he cannot keep to gain that which he cannot lose." And much of what we have been reading this week, and what we'll be continuing to read, really is a challenge to us. And the challenge is, how seriously do we take our walk with Jesus Christ? Do we really love him more than anybody else, as Peter was asked? Do you love me, Peter? Jesus asked. Well, Peter protested, you know that I love you, Lord. But that question is really asked every day, isn't it? And we show our love for Jesus by the choices that we make in our lives. We can all make stupid choices. We can always choose the wrong thing. There is that in humans, which theologians call original sin, which tends us to be weak on certain areas. And I'm just sort of reminded of the father who went to Jesus and appealed to him, and because his son was seriously ill, and Jesus said to him, "Well, if you believe," and the man replies, "Yeah, I believe. Help my unbelief." And isn't that a position that a lot of us find ourselves in, as sort of day by day in our relationship with Jesus? And we shouldn't be ashamed of that. The shame is when we don't admit those things. The shame is when we try to tough it out by ourselves. I was reading something written by Oswald Chambers this week, and he was saying there about this whole question of the psalmist. I think it's Psalm 127 verse 2, where the psalmist says that the Lord gives his beloved sleep. And he says this. Well, I tell you what, let me just sort of find it for you, because although it's not part of our devotional, I have to say that it's very, very relevant to it, because it shows how we can really get it a little bit wrong in our lives. And just check this out on my computer here. "It is useless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night, anxiously working for food to eat, for God gives rest to his loved ones." Now, interestingly, there's a version of the Bible, let me get this up, which is an older version, and it's in the Revised Version of the Bible, one of the older versions, and it actually says, "For so he giveth unto his beloved in sleep." And what Oswald Chambers is saying is that with that rendering, it really is saying that as we sleep, God is able to impart to us spiritually. God is able to impart to us. And I really feel there's a lot in that, because, we talk about sleep being a healer. Well, if God is imparting things to us, he can impart healing to us in sleep. If we consider that sleep is a process of rest, then, like the writer to the Hebrews said, that it's actually this impartation of the rest of God, entering into his rest. Well, we stop striving and struggling and doing things in our flesh and actually just listen and do what God says to do. And also leave up to him to do what he does better than us. So I found it quite that was quite encouraging. So I'm going to wish you for this holiday, oddly, sleep. Not all the time, but rest. Those things that you are worried about, commit them to God as you go to sleep. And ask for his rest. Ask for his peace. And be positive in that. And leave God to sort out the matters. And I read what Oswald Chambers said about it. Often when a problem or perplexity harasses the mind and there seems no solution, after a night's rest, you find the solution easy and the problem has no further perplexity. Thinking of the security of the saint in sleeping or in waking, you will not fear the terror of the night nor the arrow that flies by day. Psalm 91, verse 5. Sleep is God's celestial nurse who croons away our consciousness, and God deals with the unconscious life of the soul in places where only he and his angels have charge. I love that. I love that. So whatever holiday you're having or not having, if it's just a day, whatever it is, working, playing, resting, I really wish you peaceful sleep. A sleep in which God can minister to you, just as you're unconsciously lying there. Certainly that's what I want for myself. I'll see you in about 3 weeks' time. And if you are going on holiday, have a really good time. And if you're not, remember all those anxieties, all the things that perplex you, that confuse you. You can commit them to God and allow him to minister to you in your sleep. I've been to many different